live here at the AAL2 South Conference Championship with the Mike Swan, a very familiar figure in making big plays. He helped the 29ers win their championship, and the same thing here. So, describe the play.
It was just one of them gotta go get it plays. Coach caught an audible to my side. Told me go get it. I seen ball, went, got ball. I ain't care about nothing else. I had to put team on my back. I had to step up in a big moment. They've been stepping up all year, so I had to return the favor for my team. So
what have you felt like you done but have, like, I would be honest with you, ice water in your veins during that moment where everybody's butts were really, really tight, and you just, hey, you know what? You just did what you did, so.
Really, to be honest, ever since I started playing football, I always been put in these situations. So it's kind of normal to me. Like, I don't let the pressure get up to me. It just got to perform. Like, no matter what, I got to do something.
Okay, so now you get ready to play on a big stage in 2 weeks.
Yep.
We'll find out who we play. But once again, look out for this guy right here. I'm pretty sure whoever's playing y'all is going to be making sure that y'all, making sure that you're going to put y'all in the circle. Congratulations once again, Mike Swan, number 3, another big game, but then again, that's not unusual for him. All right, here we live with the AAL2 South Conference champions, the P-State Cats. You know this familiar guy, Mr. Number 1, Figures. Again, they didn't figure you out. Let's put it that way. Again, you torched the ABAs with 2 touchdowns. Describe them.
Well, in the game, it was kind of back and forth. But, you know, as an offensive player, you know, we have to stay focused and we have to play until our time comes. And my time came, and I was able to capitalize for my team.
You're not familiar with making plays. You're not, I mean, you are familiar with making big plays. You are familiar with doing what you have to do. And if you would have seen the ABA defenders and the defensive coach, they were not happy, but sometimes there's nothing you could do. You were just like, whenever the ball came in the air, you were just relaxed.
Yeah,
he might be small, but he got a big ass heart.
A lot of that comes with off the field work. I take my craft, I take my passion for the game serious. So it's just not coming to the game and performing. It takes hard work and execution off the field as well.
Well, we're going to say this. The reason why that P-State Cats are AAL2 South champions, because this is a championship player who always wins championships and brings championships. And he has that veteran savvy, but yet he still runs like a young brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely run a 4-2-1, and it's real facts. Make sure you come witness it live, man.
Okay, 2 weeks. Y'all got the whoever y'all play in West Virginia, man. Congratulations. Let's go get the chip.
Thank you, thank you.
Right.
See you next time.
All right, here we here finishing up the AAL2 South Conference champions, the P-State Cats, and we got Quick 6 here, who a lot of people after the touchdown, after everybody calmed down, he had to make the extra point. You've been making them all year, so basically, what made this one different, or you just like, hey, I just gotta make it?
It's just like any other one. I just gotta go make it. So, you know, it's moments you live for. It's what you live for. So.
Gotcha. One of the things that I would say that everybody has confidence in you, because when they were thinking about maybe going for 2, they were yelling out, no, we need to go for 1. And that's great that they had that much trust in you to know that you make that 1. As long as the line did what they're supposed to do, you knew what you had to do.
That's it. I mean, you know, we're one unit, so I appreciate everybody having the faith in me. And it's just, you know, just go do what we do.
Gotcha. Now you get ready to play on a big stage. Congratulations again. Quick 6, who kicked the P-State Cats into the AAL2 championship game. Okay, we're wrapping up the AAL2 South Conference championship game between the P-State Cats and Carolina Aviators. And this is a quarterback for the Cats, number 2, Tommy Neely. Okay, so basically, we have to say that you really stepped up when Carolina kept coming back, kept scoring. You just did a lot. What made you so confident when, okay, they was down, you was like, okay, I need to make a play?
Well, first, in the beginning, I threw 2 interceptions. I was like, nah, I can't let my team down like that. I got to bounce back. And I saw defense, they were struggling a little bit. And then Carolina went up towards the end. By 7, I saw my team came back to the sideline, like mad, saying the game. I was like, you know, be patient, just be patient. I got you. And my guy Mike Swan beat the DB, put it up for him. I know he was gonna go and get it.
Man, how does that make those throws where it's easy to make a throw when you got, you know, great blocking, but you saw things collapsing. You saw they was coming down on you every time. And I think a couple of those touchdowns, you was on the ground. How was, you know, what was your mindset during that time?
Man, you know, you just gotta be poised. You gotta be poised, cool, calm, and collected, you know. And those 4, you know, words, you know, I live by them. Poised, cool, calm, and collected, and everything gonna work out for itself.
Okay, so we're gonna go over the touchdown that ended up time, but then, you know, end up helping y'all win the game. 4 seconds left, and all you did is put the ball up. And what was that like? You just like, okay, I'm gonna put it up, and I know my receiver gonna get it.
I wouldn't say necessarily just put it up, you know. Like I said, I saw Mike beat the DB on the go. All I just put a little touch pass on it. You know, once I saw that, I knew Mike was going to get it, and that was it.
Got you. So usually we always say the defense wins championships, but this time it was number 2 who helped win the championship. Congratulations, being a championship quarterback for the Peach State Cats.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we're wrapping up here at the AAL2 South Championship game with the Peach State Cats coming out on top 45-41. We got Coach Boykin over here. So usually it's always the defense that always get kind of more of a credit, but this time the offense, it seemed like had to keep making plays and pulling out. What did you kept telling your players whenever, you know, they kept, especially when Carolina got rolling, they kept scoring, they kept going up? What did you have to relate to your offense?
You know, pretty much real simple. You know, the defense has done their job pretty much all year long, and it came down to the offense had to pick up the defense today, and that's what it boiled down to. Our guys stood up to the challenge, and they were ready for it.
Now, how does that feel? I mean, I know you're a team. I'm not saying that, but how does it feel like, you know, like I said, you usually see your defense, once I said earlier, full play, but your offense just kept, you know, even though it might have been status quo, but how did you feel, or was it just status quo to you?
I appreciate all of the effort that they always put in. They have a no-quit attitude. If there's time left on the clock, we feel that we can win the game all the time.
Okay, let's go over that last play, the play that was needed. What was the call? I don't mean, don't tell me the call, but what was the, how much confidence you felt like when you threw that play up and you saw the results?
We knew 1 of 2 people were going to be open on that play, and one of those 2 people that we thought was going to be open was open, and he made a phenomenal play. He caught it, hit the wall, held on to it, and came down with it.
Gotcha. So, wrap up, Coach Boykin. Well, know you happy you won, but we got 2 more weeks before we hit the West Virginia trip. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day.
All right. So we got Coach Sanj Sanders, the champions, Peach State Cats, of the AAL2 South Conference champions. Coach, this is one of the games, I'll be honest with you, it was entertaining, but on either side, it was nerve-wracking. Basically, what you kept telling your players throughout the game?
Basically, I was telling them as one of them. When we started this week off, we talked about how, you know, what we was going into. We expected certain things that they was doing. We got into the fourth quarter, I said, hey guys, this game on y'all. It's for y'all to make the decisions what you want to do. You want to go home. When a minute was left on the clock, I told them, it's a minute on the clock, this game on y'all. You know, I just think as a team as a whole, we started off a little sluggish. Defensively, we just we just didn't react. We didn't play at the level we should. So it got a little scary.
Gotcha. Yeah, usually your defense sometimes will make a play on point, but it seems like when you thought they were going to make the play, it didn't happen. I mean, some credit you got to give to the Aviators, but I know there could be a lot of things. I know one of the big things that's really changed, let's be honest with you, that really brought the game where it was the gold ball, and I know that's something that you've got to improve on to make sure that you stay on their net.
Yeah, I definitely say that before they went into the second half, they scored with a goal ball. That changed the game, but they came back out and got the ball again. Thought we was on a good foot about going into halftime. They was having any points that they scored. Come back out, they had got the football, and I believe they scored. But Aviators did an amazing, awesome job tonight. They really came to play, man. They had a real good system going, and we knew it was going to be a chess match for the defenses on both sides. So, hats off to the Aviators, man, and the good organization.
Gotcha. Last question. I know you got pride as defensive coordinator, and but what was it like when I know you was cheering on your offense. What did you tell the offense or the offensive players on that last play?
Hey, I had to give them a handshake. I appreciate you. Appreciate you keeping the fight, keeping us in the game. Sometimes it's normally the defense keeping us in the game, and lately, I'll have to say, offense has been putting points up, keeping us in the game. So, all thing I do is hats off. Thank them. I think it was 4.0 seconds on the clock, 4.4 before the kickoff. We didn't have that much time, and we prayed to God and He gave us answers. Gotcha.
So I got to wrap this interview up real quick because we got to upload film. Because we're not sure who we have in 2 weeks, but it's go time. It's for all the marbles again.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Coach Sanders.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach, we're wrapping up in a quiet arena. Coach Moreland, Peach State Cats win the South Championship. As you see, the score here 45-44. One question to ask you is, have you ever playing or coaching or being a part of a game like this?
On this level, I would say no, but on the professional level, I have. But I'm gonna tell you this: I felt bad because I talked a lot of junk, leading up into the game, and it came down to this. But no, I've never been a part of a game this height where teams are scoring left to right, one play. We score, the next team get out there and score. I've never been a part of something like that, but it was a nice experience, and like I said, I'm just glad we got the win.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like 2 weeks ago when y'all played against these same team, it came out 32.2 seconds. I think the surprising part was when it came down to that goal line, usually your defense always made a play, and then unfortunately you saw what happened. You usually, like I was saying earlier in one of the other interviews, your defense always comes through, but this time it was an offense.
Right.
And how is it as a owner, your offense, of course you always know your offense, but see your offense just making play after play after play.
I mean, it's expected, for real. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Every time my offense walked on the field, I kind of knew we were going to score. It was just how we were going to score and who was going to score. But I was more so concerned about defense and, giving up all these touchdowns. But it was kind of like when we went up and played them in North Carolina, where it came down to the last 30 seconds. The difference was it came down to the last 9 seconds. We scored with 9 seconds left. And shout out to our kicker for coming out and making the kick.
Well, let's talk about your quarterback, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Your quarterback, he played like every time that Carolina came and scored and, basically took the lead, it was just like, and you hear his interview, but it's just like okay, boom, okay, I know what I need to do. And it wasn't like he was just sitting back, drinking iced tea or something. They was coming.
Right.
They was coming to bring hurt and pain and everything. I know a couple times he was on his back after the throw.
He was still poised after it too. It's like he did not. It's like it didn't faze him. He expected the pressure. He felt the pressure. He still got the ball out. Threw for about 6-7 touchdowns maybe. But yeah, I mean Tommy Neely, that's the quarterback. The Peach State Cats. I take my hat off to him, man. He stayed in here, even though we, had some bad snaps, and he might have got hit. I don't think he got sacked, but I know he took a hit. He took a couple of hits, holding the ball too late. But he got it off and we still scored.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah. So when you scored a touchdown, there was debating going for 1 for 2. And one of the things I noticed with your team, if it been anybody else, they would have said 2.
Right.
But they kept saying, well, what made you make the decision to go for either 1 or 2? I mean, either way, you made a miss and you would have been going to overtime.
Right.
But
so I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wanted to kick the field goal to just go ahead and get the 1 point, go for the win. We had coaches that wanted to go for the 2, you know, and I'm like, okay, cool. I feel like we had a good 2-point conversion play. But, you know, once everything kind of settled down, you know, the team looked back at me. They looked at me, they were like, coach, let's go ahead and go for 1. Like, they believe in our kicker. You get what I'm saying? And he talked about this on a podcast episode where he was like, you know, his dream is to get carried off the field. And we made sure we put him in that situation, and, you know, he made it and we did it. But, like I said, we had a good 2-point conversion play drawn up, but I wanted to, my gut feeling told me to kick the field goal. And when I turned around to my team and they were just like, coach, let's go for 1. Let's kick it. Let's kick
Gotcha.
it. And that's what it was. I'm always go for what, you know, what the team is feeling.
Gotcha. It's crazy that this game is the way y'all ended everything like that. You have one more game. Can you explain to everybody upcoming game, who's the opponent, and when it's going to be?
All right, July 11th is the AAL2 championship game. It'll be the Peach State Cats versus Steel City Stampede out of PA. The game will be in West Virginia. I believe we play at 1 o'clock that Saturday, with the AAL championship being behind the hour.
Gotcha. Now, and then from what I heard, that game was, as crazy as this game was, that one was just as 2, but that's arena football.
That's arena football, high scoring, fast paced, hard hits. And it come down to the last drive. That's how it is. It come down to the last drive.
Okay, now anything you got want to say to your fans?
Shout out to the fans that came out tonight. We call them the Crazies. They did their job. They were loud. They was rooting for us. So shout out to them.
And one more thing, I know Cool McLean thought he was at the game of the year. He should have been down here.
Cool, you missed it. You missed it. You should have been at this one. You would have seen me. You would have seen me. Damn, everybody have a heart attack. I don't feel good right now, but I'm glad we got the win, though, for real.
I think you're going to sleep good tonight, right?
Sleep good tonight. Drink my Powerade and sleep good tonight.
We're gonna fit this question. You got a chance to win back-to-back. Well, but ever since you've been here, your team has been the 6th straight championship and play for straight championships. Now, it's great if an organization go to the playoffs, but you're about going, this is your 4th one, you won 3, you lost 2. I mean, I know you always proud, but it's kind of hard to describe because you never really seen anybody that's an organization like this, especially high turnover. It's not like, you know, you have 1 or 2 people. You have high turnover to repeat this year after year. What does it say about your organization that always achieve that?
I would say it shows that we're about what we say we're about. We're about pushing players to the next level. All right, so that's been my motto: just get guys to the next level. When I get guys in, I don't bring up winning the championship. That'll come if guys play like they're trying to get to the next level. So if you want to get to the next level, you're going to play hard every play. You know, the camera's watching. You don't want to be on anybody else's highlight tape. So, you know, like I say, we push players to the next level. So if you don't want to play at the next level, you can't play here, and we'll figure that out. But if you want to get to the next level, you'll probably end up going to the championship and playing for it. You get what I'm saying? So, but like you said, this is our 6th championship going to, 6 straight since 21.
Right. Yeah, we know what happened in 21. We're not going to say that. 22, right. They tried twisting stuff. You end up winning that. 23, you end up winning the regular season. 24.
We lost the AAL2.
Matter of fact, you're going back to the spot, you know. And then we know about what happened last year and this year. And I think it's more satisfying because I'm not saying last year it wasn't competition, but I think this year it was more competition. I mean, and let's look at it this way: 7-2, the 2 losses you had was against a couple of AAL2 teams, especially Columbus. We don't know what they did tonight, but you played them close, and it's the first time you ever played them close in a while. Do you think those games? I would say even Columbus. You think that Columbus game really prepped you for tonight, because that was a heavyweight game? Because usually everybody else Columbus played that was in that AAL2, they like scored 80. They just barely scored 50 against y'all, and so you say that in some ways helped your team with tonight?
Right. I would say yeah, but not only Columbus line. I would say this season has kind of showed us who we are. You know, we've been down in a couple games, and you know, we just find ways to come back and win. Whether it's using the goal ball or just locking down on defense, and you know, just getting turnovers and scoring on offense and scoring when we need to score. But that Columbus line games, I feel like it helped us a lot. It helped let the pro world know that, you know, there is developmental teams out here that can play. There is a developmental team out here that's pushing players to professional football. And I feel like it also let the AAL2 know that, hey, we have a serious team right here, so watch out.
Gotcha. So we're going to let you, I know you got to get some rest. We got to get the film chopped up and everything. And then I know you probably getting some calls for Cool McLean. They're probably blowing your phone up and all this other stuff like that. But man, congratulations.
Thank you.
One more to go. Not January, goodness. July the 11th. And we'll be there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Go Cats.